What you see here is the score to my simple voice-led progression, and it is in 3 sections, 6 groups of 4 measures, followed by 4 groups of 4 measures, and the ending is 4 groups of 4 measures. So here's the 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then there's the middle section, 1, 2, 3, 4. And the end section, 1, 2, 3, 4. It begins in C, which is quite natural because it's in the key of C. As you see here, the C chord. It's 3 beats per measure. And we kind of have a skipping sort of situation here. On the 3rd beat of the preceding measure, we have the tonic note of the C chord leading up into the upper part of the C chord. So it's C, E, G, and then it goes to A minor by raising the G, the top G here, goes up to an A for the A minor. And then we go back to C by lowering the A to a G. And then we go to an A minor, but this time it's low A minor with the low A. And that theme repeats itself 4 times. And then we move on to a interesting G chord, which comes right very naturally after the A minor. We just drop all the notes of the A minor to get a G. And then the G repeats itself for 2 sections. And then we start the middle section of the piece, which starts out with the original theme, repeats that, and then it repeats the G theme. And then for the final ending of the piece, this section is 4 sections of 4 measures apiece. We introduce the chord F. Now F comes right below the G chord, but this F is found by raising all the notes of the G chord a step, except for the top note, which goes a third up. That D here goes a third up to the F. And it's a voice-led progression. It's just not as natural as going down, but it's useful for music. And these Fs lead back to the G, and then to A minor, which is sort of a tonic, but it doesn't complete the piece. We have to go back to the F and then to the G, and then we finally end on the tonic chord C. So those are the movements in my simple song.